Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm really grateful to you both for your time. Tim, as you know, I'm completing my master's in strategic communications, and the social media plan was created as my final assignment. But more importantly, I built it with the intention of giving Health Through Wholeness something practical, actionable, and immediately useful as you prepare for the launch of the Adaptive Sports Center. Over the next few minutes, my goal is to give you a clear overview of the most important findings from my audit and the key recommendations that will help you grow your audience and strengthen Health Through Wholeness digital presence. I also will quickly walk through what's included in the toolkits and content calendars in the appendices so you can start using them right away. As I analyzed the industry landscape, it became clear that adaptive sports and accessibility, that wellness factor, they're growing areas of public interest, especially as conversations around inclusion continue to rise. Yet here in Kern County, no organization is currently delivering a fully accessible adaptive sports center. Honestly, League of Dreams is the closest adjacent nonprofit, but as you know, their scope is much narrower. This means Health Through Wholeness is uniquely positioned to lead in this space, and your online presence should reflect that leadership. When I looked at your audience, I identified 4 primary groups: adaptive athletes, families and caregivers, healthcare partners like VIPO Ontario, and local supporters who care deeply about inclusion and community improvement. All of these groups are drawn to authentic human stories that help them understand why the Adaptive Sports Center matters and who it serves. Through the platform audit, I found strengths in authenticity and a huge opportunity for powerful visual storytelling. Opportunities include posting more frequently, building more depth into the stories that you share, and using clearer calls to action. You'll see that I recommend calls to action all throughout the Health Through Wholeness plan. And your best performing content so far reinforces what works: athlete-centered storytelling. Even so, the posts currently don't reflect the follow, share, learn more, those types of calls to action. And they're really a simple shift that will immediately increase engagement. Health Through Wholeness doesn't have a YouTube channel currently, but creating one will be an important next step. Short form video is one of the most effective ways to help the community really understand adaptive athletes' experiences, and it will give you a dedicated home for impact storytelling as you get closer to the center's opening. In reviewing your Google business profile, the basic information is accurate, but there's currently no photos or reviews. These are extremely easy wins though. Adding pictures and encouraging just one athlete, partner, board member, or volunteer each week to leave a review will build credibility very quickly. Finally, when I look at the social listening trends, there's clearly a growing appetite, both locally and nationally, for accessible fitness, adaptive recreation, and relatable human stories. This is where Health Through Wholeness can truly shine, especially with remarkable community of athletes who are already connected to the organization. Based on these findings, the recommendations center on 3 areas: growing your audience, increasing engagement, and preparing for the Adaptive Sports Center to launch through consistent storytelling. To grow your audience, the most effective strategy will be coordinated amplification. This means asking board members, partners, again, like VIPO Ontario, athletes, and existing supporters to consistently share your content. This gives Health Through Wholeness access to thousands of people who don't already follow your page, but who care about your mission. Increasing your posting cadence at least 3 times per week will also help accelerate growth. To build engagement, the plan prioritizes storytelling. Athlete features, day-in-the-life moments, behind-the-scenes construction updates, and simple, clear calls to action will help audiences connect emotionally with the mission. Adding call to action buttons on your website and your Facebook page will help direct people toward donating, signing up, or joining your mailing list. For Google Business, accurate and complete contact information, photos, and consistent reviews are the key. For the website, my recommendations focus on accessibility, streamlined navigation, and dedicated spaces for athlete stories, volunteer opportunities, and ways to support the center. Every part of your digital ecosystem should reflect the values of inclusion, empowerment, and community. To make this plan easy to implement, I created several toolkits and resources in the appendix section. These include a 1-month content calendar centered on athlete storytelling and a 3-month expanded calendar with weekly themes. I also created a share toolkit with copy and paste messages, a library of reusable content templates, and a full ChatGPT prompt library so you can generate new posts quickly and effectively. All of these tools were designed to help you move from strategy to action without feeling overwhelmed. Here are a couple of quick examples from those templates. One is a feature athlete. Meet Tyler. At 18, a motorcycle accident changed everything, but not his drive. Today, he's training to become one of the first athletes to use Bakersfield's future Adaptive Sports Center. Help us build a space where athletes like Tyler can thrive. Follow, share, and join the movement. Another example is a short Instagram reel script featuring you, Sarah. My journey didn't end with limb loss. It just took a new direction, and I'm helping build a space where everyone gets to move, grow, and belong. This is why Adaptive Sports Center matters. The visuals and the variations of the script are all included in your template, Sarah. Health Through Wholeness has everything needed to build a powerful digital presence, an inspiring mission, extraordinary athletes, and a soon-to-open facility that will transform the landscape of wellness and adaptive sports in Kern County. With consistent story-centered content and regular amplification from your sphere of influence, you can grow awareness, strengthen trust, and build momentum as you approach the center's launch. Thank you both for watching, and I'm really excited for the impact that this plan is going to help support, and I'm more than happy as you begin implementing it to help. I can't wait to see how Health Through Wholeness continues to grow.